Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're taking on a cookies and cream French toast bake. Now, I don't know about you, but I absolutely love a solid French toast. And if you're anything like me, these bad boys right here are gonna satisfy that craving throughout the entire week. Now, if you're new to the channel, super stoked to see you here. Be sure to smash that bell to be notified of my weekly uploads. But otherwise, all this food right here is making my mouth water. So let's get into it.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take 15 slices of the Sara Lee bread. You could probably use a few more slices, but I wouldn't recommend any less because the custard mix that we're about to make in a few minutes is the perfect volume to soak up all of that epic flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and take our bread and dice them into 1 to 2 inch cubes. We'll go ahead and set that aside and let it breathe and just dry out for a little bit. If you guys want to prep this the night before, it definitely works just as well. I personally think that this is just a great way for the bread to soak up everything. So in a 9 by 9 inch baking pan, we're gonna go ahead and grab our sugar-free maple syrup. I forgot to hit the pan with some nonstick, so just make sure to go ahead and do that. Then we're gonna go ahead and add the black cocoa powder and then the regular cocoa powder. The combination of this along with the protein powders just really give this meal prep some great flavor. But we're gonna go ahead and use the whey casein blend. Now, if you guys have a cookies and cream or an Oreo flavored whey casein blend, this is gonna go really, really well. Now we'll go ahead and just mix everything up. Make sure to get all the clumps out. Now that the base is thoroughly mixed, let's go ahead and get into the custard. So first up, we've got our egg whites, some vanilla extract, and then some Greek yogurt. Now I'm using Oiko's vanilla today just because purely of the flavor. If you want to add a few additional grams of protein, go ahead and use Whey. But outside of that, let's go ahead and add in our whey casein blend. I'm using vanilla because honestly, it's a great marriage between the chocolate base and then also this vanilla topping. Now, if you're looking for a new protein, check out Transparent Labs, use code JASON, and save yourself some extra cash. Not to mention, my favorite flavors are vanilla and mocha chocolate. So give this a good mix, make sure there's no clumps in the custard. Grab our diced up bread and then drown it in the custard. Let every inch of that bread soak it all up, and then we'll toss it into the baking pan. Give this a nice swirl and we should be good to go. Now, I usually like to let this sit for a few minutes while the oven preheats. It just ensures that all the flavors really marinate and become more homogeneous. Now, let's go ahead and toss it in the oven at 425 for 25 to 30 minutes. But what you should end up with is something that is lightly toasted on the top with a soft texture in the middle and just packed with flavor. Now, each piece of bread should have soaked up all of that custard in the chocolatey mix. You really should get an even flavor all throughout. Go ahead and slice it up, throw them into your meal prep containers, and top it off with some Greek yogurt, some sugar-free Cool Whip, and an Oreo thin. I just usually pop this in the microwave for about 30 to 40 seconds, top it off with some additional Greek yogurt, maybe some sugar-free maple syrup. Should be good to go.
All right, guys, so this recipe is super simple. And again, you guys can go ahead and customize it to your liking. Now, to be honest, you can go ahead and totally amp up the protein. You can probably add in another scoop of protein. Along with that, if you want to replace, like I mentioned earlier, the Oiko's yogurt for the Whey yogurt, you're gonna get a few more additional grams of protein. What I love about this recipe is the Sara Lee bread does such a great job soaking up the custard and all the different flavors that you really don't have a bad piece throughout any of these sections. So you can go ahead and meal prep it. It's gonna stay strong for the next week or so. I would definitely make sure you watch out because this is super easy to take down. But go ahead and top it off with Oiko's or Whey or even a fat-free whipped cream. Either way, it's gonna be absolutely delicious. But otherwise, this bad boy right here has perfect consistency and texture. It's just so soft. There's nothing that's too dry, there's nothing that's too soggy. All right, so let's take a look at the calorie and the macro breakdown for this bad boy right here. So using a 9 by 9 inch baking pan, I was able to get 4 servings, and each serving is gonna get you 375 total calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 48 grams of carbs, and 38 grams of protein. Now, again, like I mentioned earlier, if you really do want to amp up that protein, go ahead and throw an additional scoop of protein into the custard mix, and then you can always top it off with some Whey yogurt that's going to give you a few additional grams of protein. Either way, if you decide to whip this up, tag me in your creations on Instagram. I would absolutely love to share them. But in the meantime, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to flex on that subscribe button, give this video a big fat thumbs up, and comment down below if you guys have any ideas or recommendations on the next recipe. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay swole, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.